Hello student, welcome to my class. I am Dr. M.P. Badge, Department of Botany, Arts, Commerce and Science College, Lanja. Today I am going to explain reproduction in Spirogyra. Spirogyra reproduces asexually as well as sexually. Till recently, asexual reproduction was considered to be absent in Spirogyra. However, now it has been reported that out of 300 known species, 8 form planospores. Although Spirogyra is an aquatic alga, it reproduces neither zoospore nor flagellated gametes. Now let us discuss asexual reproduction in Spirogyra. Asexually, Spirogyra reproduces generally by vegetative method. It is accomplished by fragmentation of a filament, either due to accidental breaking or due to the softening of the cross wall between the two adjacent cells into its constituent parts. Each piece of the broken filaments grow into a filament by repeated cell division. Now we are going to discuss the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction in Spirogyra takes place by conjugation, which is a primitive method of fusion of two isogametes, means morphologically identical gametes. These isogametes are formed by the protoplast of the unspecialized vegetative cells, each of which is called gametangium. Sexual reproduction occurs towards end of the growing season. Two types of conjugation are found in Spirogyra, that is scalariform means ladder like and lateral means chain like. Now scalariform or ladder like conjugation. It is a common method of conjugation and take place in heterothallic species between the opposite cells of two adjacent filaments. During this process, at night, two filaments of positive means male and negative means female strands approach each other and lie in close proximity throughout their entire lengths. The cells in two filaments which are in contact produces short protuberances from the walls of the cells in opposite directions. These protuberances of respective cells comes in contact with each other and elongate further, pushing the two filaments apart. Finally, the end of walls of these protuberances gets dissolved, forming an opening. Thus, a conjugation tube connecting the two cells of different filaments is formed. The vegetative cells of the male filaments forming male gametes are called as male gametangia, and those of female filament as female gametangia. The protoplast of two conjugating cells begins to form gametes which are isogametes. However, the retention of female gametes within the gametangium and the amoeboid movement of male gametes from the male gametangium illustrate physiological anisogamy. The male gametes of the cells become amoeboid and move across the conjugation tube to the respective cells of the female filament and fuse to form a dark colored diploid zygote called zygospore. All the cells of the two filaments are generally connected by their respective conjugation tubes, forming a ladder-like appearance. Hence, this type of conjugation is termed as scalariform or ladder-like conjugation. Another type of conjugation is lateral conjugation. This type of conjugation is found in homothallic species, which takes place between the adjacent cells of the same filament. It is of two types, indirect and direct. Indirect or chain-like lateral conjugation. Small outgrowths or protuberances develop from the lateral wall on either side of the cross walls of the conjugating cells. As the growth of the protuberances increases, so the cross walls also becomes stretched. Finally, the cross walls becomes unable to keep pace with the growth of protuberances, and ultimately the protuberances lose their contact with the cross wall. As a result, a small side passage is established between the two adjacent cells. Through this side passage, the contracted protoplast, that is, the gamete of one cell, migrates into the adjacent cell and fuse there with the other gamete. Though the gametes are isogametes, the reproduction is physiologically anisogamous. The result of such fusion is the formation of a diploid zygospore. Another type is direct lateral conjugation. This type of conjugation is found in some species of Spirogyra, which remain attached to the substratum. The two cells present immediately above the rhizoidal cell participate during the conjugation. The cell present just above the rhizoidal cell become swollen and function as female cell. The cylindrical cell present above the female cell act as male cell. The contents of the upper male cell develop a conical protuberance of the side next to the female cell, which gradually elongates and exert more pressure on the septum. Finally, it pierces in the middle of the septum, through which male gamete migrates into the female cell. Consequently, female and male gametes fuses in the female cell, forming diploid zygospore.